All right, what's going on, boys and girls? So this particular video, this is what annoys me about the open source community. So here's my thing. I give criticism. I freely give my criticism of open source projects. This particular comment kind of set me off with a thing of other stuff. And I have nothing against the comment. The comment in and of itself is fine, whatever. That's your take. I don't care. I'm not gonna slag it. It's the attitude that subconsciously goes with these comments, and the whole thing is basically this. So my video where I talked about why I don't recommend Lutris is basically about, from a user point of view, user experience point of view, it is not a good user experience point of view, because the fact that you can potentially wait weeks for scripts to be updated, sometimes years. You know, a game store that you might install, you play Epic, the Windows version of Steam, take your pick. They might not work for until somebody decides to update the script. Your game might not work, let alone everything else. So it's just not a good user experience. I'm taking that viewpoint from the end user's point of view. They want to hit the big fucking blue button that says install and the big fucking green button that says play. They don't want to fiddle. Even Proton stuff, like within Steam OS, is probably too, not Steam OS, Gamer OS is too much, within the big picture mode stuff. And that's dumbing down to a massive point. So the simple fact that this is the type of comments that I'm like, and that's not conducive to, and it's comments like this that annoy me, and not because of the comment in itself. It's just the mindset of people not understanding the other point of view. So I get their point of view. So here's what the person had to say. I wouldn't use the Epic Store as a good example of user experience while bashing Lutris, specifically when it doesn't cost you anything. It's really a labor of love. If you think you can do better, make your own app like Lutris. So all the programmers who make the Epic Store, it's not a labor of love for them. They're just getting paid for it. Like, give me a break. I don't care about the comment in and of itself. So the Epic Store in this particular case was not being used as a good user experience. It's a crap user experience because it lacks certain features and functions that most consumers would expect. Like, oh, I don't know, user reviews, as an example. That's just one example. As far as it not costing anything, Lutra's not costing anything. Neither does Steam. Neither does all these other clients. Duh. But, you can make the argument that you're giving up your information, so therefore it does cost something. But the mentality, this last part, if you think you can do better, make your own app. So does that, because it's a project in labor of love, that it's above critique and criticism? That is valid. I'm not slagging the project. I'm not saying it's a god awful project, that it should die, that it should, do all these other things that some people have said about other projects, and projects that I personally don't care about. When we heard certain people say that, like, Linux Mint should go away. I'm not a fan of Mint, but hey, I don't think it should go away. And it doesn't put Mint above criticism. So the go make your own is a bullshit argument. I like the project. I want the project to do better. In order for it to do better, it has to have different points of fucking view and be seen from different angles, other than the one that people like this apparently have with their head shoved up their ass. So again, I like Lutris. I use Lutris. This seems to escape people, but from a user experience point of view, people like the Linux experiment, Nick, they get the difference between UI and UX. The only thing that this attitude shows is that they don't comprehend what we are trying to say from a different perspective about good user experience. and that pushing the wrong solution onto a demographic is not the right answer. You have to push the right solution. And the way Lutris is currently being pushed as just use Lutris to new users is not the right experience you want to give a new user. What is so hard about this shit? And therefore it doesn't put the project above the criticism of that it's not a good new user experience that is looking for the big blue fucking install button and the big fucking green play button. If you are too fucking inept to understand that, and you have the mentality of, if you can do better, make your own app, then you're fucking missing the point of open source. Contributions and different takes come in different angles. Not every fucking contribution is code.